This is the future.
Before we see what's coming this year with the upcoming dev stream today, I'm really curious to ask you guys this question. What would you prefer, seeing more Prime Warframes, or seeing mediocre and old Warframes finally getting their deserved rework? I know, this is kind of a weird question, and it doesn't mix, as Prime Warframes have nothing to do with how obsolete the old Warframes are becoming. But think of this, would it be better to rework those old Warframes yet before even releasing a new Warframe or Prime variant of the Warframe? I also know that asking such question is nonsense for Digital Extremes, as we all know that they won't stop releasing Prime Warframes because this is one of their main source of money making for the game, but what I would like them to understand is that a Prime Warframe is more appealing if it's not just looking great, but great in real missions, right? There are two reasons why I'm making this video. One is to let Digital Extremes know that it's not a good habit to bombard players with more new Warframes, easily because it makes the old one obsolete and it feels that they are trash after they have done their purpose, which is sometimes only serves as mastery rank fodder for players, or they just use the Warframe because it's the only one available for them right now. After acquiring the new ones, it's really hard to get back to old habits. I know Digital Extremes can make the reworks happen, it's just that it seems like they are more towards the future, always looking forward to releasing a new Warframe than to taking a look at what's missing with the old ones. I'm not saying that this is bad, but I hope that they balance new releases with reworking Warframes. It's not a bad idea that now they release a new Warframe or a Prime one, then next they will do a rework to the old Warframe. We have seen them rework some old ones, and it was really good. Just take for example Nizza. This Warframe was dubbed as a small copycat of Rhino, but now Nizza step outside the shadow of Iron Skin and has an amazing kit. In fact, he is built as an all-rounder Warframe right now. Also, they have made a great job in improving Wukong. Although I must admit, I was one of those people who don't like how they butchered his Defy ability, but once I finally got to play the new Wukong for several months, I forgot that bitterness and loved the rework that they have made with the Monkey King. Instead of a passive survivability Warframe, which relies on immortality with his Defy, Wukong right now can do more stuff other than survival missions. He is considered to be one of the fastest frames right now because of his Cloud Walker, and many use him for missions like capture for farming relics. He is also good in spy mission right now because of his Cloud Walker. His Iron Staff stays the same, even with some changes. It's still not powerful enough as opposed to just using hybrid top-tier melee weapons. But I also love what they did with his first ability. It makes Wukong truly Wukong, a mischievous Monkey King that can summon a twin to help on his mischief. And of course, the most recent rework on Zephyr is a big success, turning this Warframe to be a complete Warframe who excels in aerial dominance. With all the Warframes I have mentioned, you can see that Digital Extremes can do a rework on Warframes before even they can do a Prime variant with them. Which leads us to my second reasoning of why I want them to balance the release of Warframes and rework. Just like I have said earlier, it would be better if a Warframe is great in real mission before it can get a Prime variant. This breaks the cycle of releasing Prime Warframes that are only bought by some players because of the cosmetics, but they don't actually play it in real missions. Just take a look at Hydroid Prime. I think Hydroid Prime didn't drive many sales because of how terrible his abilities are. Don't get me wrong, they have done a rework for this Warframe, but still, it's not enough in my opinion. The gameplay of Hydroid Prime right now is somehow passive, and you can maximize his potential by sitting in one room, being a bloody puddle of tentacles. In terms of farming, Hydroid is good, but would you even use him knowing that Loot Mamakora now exist? And by the way, the next Prime Warframe, if they will stick to their schedules, will be Korra Prime, and this Warframe is a prime example of why the normal variant should be good before it gets primed. Prime variants are considered to be the epitome of Warframes, and I really think that they should not just focus on the looks but also the overall usefulness of a Prime Warframe. It's really disappointing to think that it's called a Prime Warframe when it performs like trash in real mission. Just saying. For the next Prime access, I'm definitely sure that many players are looking forward for Korra Prime, not only because of the cosmetics, but because they can actually farm with style with the new looks of Korra Prime. I mean, Koro is on the top of her game when it comes to farming, even in Steel Path missions. She is very reliable, and the only thing she needs is a good look, and I'm hoping that Digital Extremes will deliver. Also, Koro Prime is one example of why they should take a look at the older farmer Warframes. The moment Koro exists in the game, the selection for farming Warframes had become biased because, who would not want to farm stuff in the game faster and easier? Koro, in my opinion, provides the most efficient way to farm stuff in the game when the developer released Pilfering Strangled Dome, leaving the other farming Warframes obsolete. I know that Necros is still the when it comes to farming, but Koro is just on another level wherein you can stay in one spot and farm to your heart's content. I really believe that reworking more old frames will bring a bit of balance into the game. It may be not that impactful, in a sense that it wouldn't make Warframe broken, but Warframes are supposed to give us variety and something to choose from to bring in a specific mission. We have our favorites, but it's good to bring someone more reliable sometimes. But, if they continue their method of just releasing more and more new Warframes, then they will just end up with more mastery rank fodder in the trash can. I believe that it's better to build up hype now in a Warframe, by reworking it and giving it some flair before releasing its Prime version. It would attract players to play the Prime variant, and every time Digital Extremes release a Prime Warframe, it is sure that it's good in terms of quality, not just in looks, but also in playability. So, what about you? Do you prefer my method of balance rework and release of Warframes, so that the Prime variants will be more appealing? Or, would you rather see new Warframes replace old ones and just think that the olds don't exist? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.
This is the future.